The Court of Public Opinion is a part of Amateur Radio Network. Welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I wanted to make up some mistakes I made on my own, and I apologize. Hydrochloroquine is not a drug prevention tool. It is a disease prevention tool. It is possibly also very much used in this scenario with the COVID. Like, people who have taken the hydrochloroquine have come back, and that was from a Michigan senator, and she's a Democrat. And so there has been success. And one of the topics that is going to be brought up in the Tele-Townhall tomorrow at 4:30 is the deaths involved at the nursing home. And there is an investigation. And because our constitutional freedoms have been pretty infringed upon, when we talk about like the level of, let's just say the COVID deaths have been down for quite significantly the last 2 days. And originally, people were supposed to go back to work. And I was reading in the Penn Live that Governor Wolf has a PEMA group. And there has been some concerns about the contact workers. And with the governors that are, well, let's just say the fatalities are the problem right now. And if the COVID-related deaths are related to COVID, then they can make that judgment on their own. What I was concerned about is, why would they need the National Guard to be involved? Why would Pennsylvania Governor Wolf? Well, I was listening to Representative Scott Perry, who is a representative in the U.S. House of Representatives, and he's going to be having a town hall at 4:30. So sign up early if you can go to our page. Go to the Pittsburgh for Trump 2020. You would be able to get some information and be able to be informed. And this is going back to the pro-life issue about informed consent. Like, once you know more about the topic, it's a lot easier to make a decision. Like, to me, it would go the same way with a young mother who is unsure, uncertain, and she gets the information she needs about her body, about her health, and what is the future going to be like for a young mom. Well, we know that it always has some ups and downs being a mom, and it's a career move. A lot of women use the RU40 drug as a birth control. So there are a lot of topics like this, and we're going to get into it a little bit more here in a moment. Okay, so we're back for this second part of this topic. I wanted to make sure that we cleared up the hydrochloroquine, and it is so that you know, like, if you did contract COVID, that you would be able to get medical care, and the privacy between you and the doctor is important. I'm a medical assistant by trade, and they would obviously have staff fully ready to handle whatever complications or difficulties that would come with it if it ever became a severe case. And you are reassured so that you know. I've talked to nurses. I've watched nurses talk about this in videos about the mask, that some people are having difficulties breathing. And that's why I don't understand why the push to keep the mask on. People do have difficulties. And when you're breathing in your own CO2, it's one thing. The mask is another story. We were going to cover some topics on the Constitution, though, and we didn't get to that um, because the segment is short, and I wanted to clear up some of those things. And I did cover the town hall. Hopefully, whatever questions we have from here, we'll ever need to get those answers. I would sign up early and ask the questions you need to ask. As far as the mail in ballots, that's been another big story about the voter fraud. Remember, uh, let's touch on the Constitution. These are constitutional freedoms, and this is a republic, and we want to maintain it that way. And we want to maintain a republic that was given to us so with the great sacrifices that were made for us. So we, in return, are doing something to ensure that by getting that book is maybe it doesn't require a book. Maybe it requires us to be at the rally, or maybe it requires you to be at that town hall, doing a small part, making a difference in saying, "Hey, I want to keep this republic." And the republic that which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's the truest words spoken in our Pledge of Allegiance. And whenever our framers said that these truths were self evident. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Truths were self evident. It became abundantly clear that these things are true. And you come to that realization that truth cannot be silenced. And I borrowed that from the Hagman Report. We had some great posts, great stuff today. I'm happy that we cleared it up. But yes, I think the hydrochloroquine is a good choice, and it's a good call, especially if anyone is concerned about getting sick. And so far, so good. We've had a good success. That no one needs to know that they're going to die or something terrible would happen. It's it it's obvious that the Chinese disease and some of the theories are true. I really wouldn't doubt for 1 second that this would all derive from the wet markets at all. So there were some things about that that really were disturbing. So the best thing to do is do the best you can to keep and maintain um, your health. The one thing is that the people that are healthiest don't seem to take the sickness as much. It's the elderly that seem to have gotten the worst of it, and that's why this investigation and going on the town hall will be beneficial. And it's Representative Scott Perry from Pennsylvania, and you can look up that information on our page. You sign up early, and you can ask questions and involved. And remember, again, health issues matter to Americans because it's about us. You know, when it comes to the unborn children, it's it takes us for us to have a town hall about the unborn children and the types of laws that were rejected and vetoed by Governor Wolf. And we want to see more action and live action. And we want to see that we're not just going to bed at night and laying our heads down without fighting for the little unborn child and the unwanted child, because it is so important. All right, well, that's it for our show. The constitutional freedoms is not a conversation that just goes away. In fact, we could sit here and talk about the constitutional freedoms and the republic as much as possible, because I think we could benefit all from learning more about our constitutional freedoms and the history that made it so great, and especially our American heritage. Well, for now, though, I'm going to wind it up, and thank you again for listening to the Court of Public Opinion. The Court of Public Opinion is a part of the Amateur Radio Network.